How's it going? Good.
So, literally, if Coach threw us over the boards, I would slow down so we could work together. So we could really make this work. I would slow down my skating for sure. The last time we were together, OHL Gold Cup, 2 GTHL teams. You guys did not win. You lost with the other one. My memory was volunteering to go on the ice with these players. We know how good they are. And volunteering to do a body checking drill. And your buddy Ryan over there doesn't know where to draw the line. And I'm holding one of those body checking mats. And you know what you did to me, right? Like, I'm the GTHL office guy. This is my one opportunity. Every birthday I got screwed with my schedule, every suspension. And you put me in the boards, and I was like, Angelo Cananero was there, Dave Cicchini, like, here, I don't think you need to do this drill, right? You're laughing right now. But this is awesome that you guys here. How was it going?
It was pretty good. We shot 15 under, so we're hoping we may have won the thing, but yeah, we did pretty good so far.
Okay, so was that how you deal with the media? Was that an honest score, or was that just a generic answer you give everyone?
No, it was honest. No, we played well today. We hit the ball well and made some clutch shots as well. So it was fun day.
Clutch, you didn't get punched in the teeth or anything. That's not part of the media training. Well, this is great. We've known you for many years. I mean, it's been great. You guys have been so awesome. We have so many pictures of you guys meeting young players. When you were in, your minor midget year, we call you 16 now. I want to give people a chance to get to know you when you were back there. Like, Brennan, when you were growing up here and maybe, on the video game and stuff like that, who was your favorite team? Who were the players that you were like, man, one day I want to be like that guy right there?
My favorite player growing up was Sidney Crosby, and I was a big Pittsburgh fan. I think I started really loving the game when I saw him score the golden goal there for the Olympics in 2010, and I never imagined myself playing like Sidney Crosby, and I never will, but, maybe play alongside him or against him one day would definitely be pretty cool.
Awesome. Shane, what about you?
Same answer, honestly. Crosby is always, my role model looking up to him my whole life. And, whenever you play video game like that, you always kind of picture yourself being in that situation, be in the game yourself and, kind of achieving things that he's done. Obviously, you never will, but, as always, a guy I looked up to and, still have to look up to him today for sure.
So how do you feel now when people are like ordering Seattle Cracks and number 51s and saying, man, that's my idol, and you're like, wait a second, I'm still on my journey up the ladder here.
It's crazy to think about, just the impact that you can have on some people and, kids looking up to you or kids that are, saying you're one of my favorite players. It's, it's something that, doesn't almost feel real at times. That was, feels like just a short time ago I was that kid, looking up to these guys coming up into the NHL and stuff. So it's pretty special for sure.
Awesome. And now you're going to go to a city of how many people? You figured out how many people live in New York yet?
Well, a lot.
So what are you going to do to stand out in New York? I mean, you, Aaron Judge, maybe somebody on the Knicks.
Yeah, I don't know. I think just go in there and try to play the way I've been playing over the last few years and try to make a name for myself there in New York. I mean, pretty good hockey teams there and baseball and football teams and basketball teams there too. So it's definitely a city to be in, and I'm excited to get there.
Awesome. So I want to talk to you guys. I mean, free agency came here, entry draft, and a lot of the media experts, they're always talking about communication, and communication has changed now. Coaches get fired because they can't communicate with the new generation. I mean, is this a lot of made-up stuff? Is there actually, I'll start with you, Shane, but is there actually like some new communication that we're missing out on here that maybe some of the old hockey folks, they just wouldn't be able to survive coaching this young generation now?
Not really, no. I wouldn't say there's anything like special or any like special contact. I think guys just, the coaches kind of reach out. The coaches kind of, they know how to understand players. They know how to kind of coach these players and understand what they need and, what they're looking for themselves. So, I wouldn't say there's anything really that special about it. No.
Brennan, what do you got? Something to counter here, or we're just going to get pucks deep?
No, I think to piggyback off what Shane said, I mean, I think that everyone evolves and everyone adapts to the situation that they're put in. And my dad coaches in the GTHL now, and he's adapted from coaching guys he coached the 99 age group, and now he's coaching 2011. So he's had to adapt himself, and he's been doing a pretty good job at it over the years. And I think that the adaptation that everyone can have going from coaching older players to younger players, I think is important. And but at the end of the day, I think you have to know who you're coaching, and you have to know the players, and you have to reach out to the type of players that they are.
Awesome, well said. So I want to take you guys back to the OHL Gold Cup, where you guys are playing a little bit of role of villain. You guys were down OHL Gold Cup final, the Red Wings. I know you got skill, and I know you can tell us, hey, we know we had it. But what was it about the chemistry that team had at that moment? Well, you had your fans, but you also had people saying, man, they might actually lose a game. I mean, what was it about that OHL Gold Cup final, the chemistry? I know you're here. Ethan Ministry, Brad Clark, so many names. What was it about the chemistry of that team that helped you guys win that championship?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just all trust each other. We've been together for so long, we've been through so much together, and that entire season, we always just believed in one another. We believed that we could win every game we played in, and believe in each other's abilities. So I think that's just kind of what dragged us through that. We trust each other. We believe in ourselves and our abilities, and eventually our breaks were going to come, and eventually did for us that game.
And Brennan, that team went through a lot with the loss of a teammate and a hockey family. Did you ever find that, just battling through that would be, something most people would say, I need a break from this? Did it ever affect you guys in the room that maybe you guys just were tired and we just never had a break to deal with something so serious?
Yeah, I think we never really got a time to grieve our team, honestly, from that situation. And I remember exactly where I was that day. Shane and I were actually at the OHL Cup watching the 2002 group play, and Shane's dad pulled us into a conference room and told us what happened. And we actually went to practice that night, and that was definitely an emotional practice. It's still emotional to talk about, and that's what brought us closer together. To be honest with you, is that tragic incident. I mean, you don't want to see that happen to anybody, especially people that are close to you. I mean, Forby was there as well, and Shane are there too. And it's just a sad incident, scary incident, and you don't really think that happens to someone you know. You always hear it on the news, but that it came true and it was reality. It was really scary. It was crazy, and like I said, that's what brought our team closer together. That's what brought us as more of a family, more of a brotherhood. And like what Shane said, then the following season we trusted each other more, and we wanted to win for Roy and his family and his dad and his sister that survived. So like I said, tragic, very, very tragic story. But at the end of the day, we came together as a team, and that's why we won. And we stuck together.
Every time I watch you guys are doing a great job of that memory staying alive, and that's great. So talk a little bit about your seasons here. I don't know if you get frequent flyer miles, guys. I mean, multi-frequent bus miles. I mean, we're talking chemistry here, and Shane, your season, I'm trying to map it here. But when you were drafted to the, is it one of the top memes or GIFs here? That glare that wasn't the glare. From the day of the glare to NHL, AHL, World Juniors. I mean, did you have time to actually think about who am I playing with, who's coaching? I mean, how did you adapt to so many environments?
Yeah, didn't really have a lot of time to think. Really, a lot of time to kind of just sit back and relax. And obviously, it was like you said, I was on a lot of teams, a lot of different situations. So really had to adapt to different coaches, different teammates, different systems, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I definitely learned a lot about myself though. Learned a lot about what it takes to succeed at the next level and to be a pro hockey player, and really learned a lot. Learning from those top high-end NHL guys in Seattle there and seeing what they do on a day-to-day basis. So it was a really fun year. Obviously, like you said, a little bit of a roller coaster, but learned lots as well, and really enjoyed it overall.
And now you missed out on that August World Juniors, which you're going to be forever a guy that won 2 gold medals within 5 months of each other. But you missed out on that. You wanted to prep for your first pro season. What is prepping for a pro season? I mean, we know you're always working out, you're working on the game, but why not go to the World Juniors, or what was different that you wanted to make sure you could commit to the Kraken?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, a big part was the off-season training and really kind of preparing my body and preparing myself for to step into training camp and earn my spot in the team, and to play with those adults in the NHL. I think that was kind of the main focus for me. I really wanted that extra time in the off-season to really work in the gym, work on the ice, and really hone in my skills and my physical strength as well, and make sure I go to training camp as strong, as best prepared as possible.
Now, you did a favor for your mom and dad here and your family, getting to Peterborough a little bit earlier so they could get to games. I mean, You moved a little bit earlier. I don't know if that's by design, but I mean, did it feel like you were getting a little bit closer to home to enjoy your final year here in the OHL?
Yeah, I mean, I was my first 3 years, I guess 3.5 years, sorry, we're in Flint there, and I was fortunate to be a part of a really good group there, and then I ended up getting traded in November to Peterborough, and I think it was a family decision. I wanted to win. I knew it was going to be my last year in the OHL, and I didn't know what teams at the time were trying to go for it or not. There was a couple teams in mind, and Peterborough came in and had a good offer, and I said, it was pretty close to home, and my parents weren't able to watch a lot of my games in Flint there, so Peterborough's 40 minutes away from where I live, so it was nice and easy for them, and we ended up fortunate winning the whole thing, so it ended up working out just the way it was planned, so it was definitely a good year.
And now tell us a little bit about the August World Juniors. I mean, I know that you skate all year round. This was going back in time. Shane, you were part of the original one in January before that wedding in Red Deer that killed us all. But what was it like preparing for such a high intense event in August, kind of outside of your regular cycle of training?
It's definitely different for sure. I mean, like what Shane said, Shane kind of had an extra month of training and stuff like that, where as we were getting prepared for the World Juniors, we were out there for a month before it even started, and we were playing and practicing, getting to know one another, and it takes a lot of preparation to win a tournament like that, and even the one in the wintertime, the preparation was way more than what we thought it was in the summer, and it was a lot of fun to play in. I mean, we went nonstop, and we didn't really have the time off. And I think this past season, when I just finished up in June, it's when I went 11 months straight of playing hockey. So it's definitely a lot of hockey, and it takes a tear on your body and on your mind. So now that I kind of get 2.5 months off here, it's going to be good.
So the boys went in August. You were doing what you had to do to be a professional hockey player. You get to this event here. Did you have a little bit more excitement here? Was it the greatest start to maybe your pro career? You maybe didn't think you'd be there, and then all of a sudden you're in the World Juniors again.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get an opportunity to, play for your country on the world stage, it's a tournament that, I know a lot of young kids, myself included, Brennan included, grow up watching and, really look up to those players playing in that tournament, really dream of playing something like that. So to be able to, go on that stage and, represent a country on home soil as well out there in Halifax was, just such a special moment for us. And obviously being able to win it as well is also always really special and really cool moment too. And definitely, dream come true just playing in that tournament, and really cool memory for sure.
Got put you on the spot. Did you know where Coachella Valley was before you got there?
Not really, no. I didn't actually, but once I heard I was probably going there, I definitely Googled it a little bit and see where it was and what it's all about there.
Right. So looking forward to next year, guys. I mean, I've never gotten anywhere up that ladder where I'd worry about this, but Brennan, do you actually look at that Rangers roster and say, hey, that guy looks a little old, he looks a little slow, oh, this guy doesn't want to show up? I mean, what is it about? Like, you want to get up there, but do you actually look that far ahead to say, you know what, I wonder where that team will be when I want to be there?
Yeah, you definitely look at it and you say, where's the team going to be when I'm playing, and how big of an impact you can make. But right now, I think that looking at their roster, they have such a deep young team right now, and they have a lot of veterans in the top six. So I definitely want to go there and fight for a job. But those guys have been playing in the NHL for a few years now, and they know how it works up there. They know how their bodies can handle all the pressure and handle all the banging over the other bodies. So I think that going up there and trying to fight for a job and trying to compete up there is the most important thing. So I'm gonna give it my all in August and see what happens.
That's awesome. And Shane, you went to the development camp this year
Yep.
for the Kraken. What was the rationale there on wanting to go back and do the development camp?
Yeah, I mean, I think really want to be a leader for those new guys coming in. Obviously, after the year I've had, I've had a lot of experience, kind of at that pro level, and I really want to, be kind of a leader and role model for those guys coming in, and kind of just get to know them. Obviously, they're the new draft picks coming, they're the future of the franchise. So really wanted to kind of get to know them and kind of have them learn from me or learn from my experiences, and just get to know them as well, and get down to Seattle, see all the staff there, see all the coaches, and really just kind of enjoy that week and learn a lot as well.
Okay, so I'll put you on the spot here. Is it true that your eligibility right now is either NHL or Major Junior for next year?
No, I'm able to play in the AHL if I don't make the NHL, basically.
Okay. And that's just based on the years of junior hockey that you played?
Yeah.
So you squeeze in there.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want any OHL teams trading like a 2029 pick for Shane Wright. It's not going to work out for you, so don't bother right there. So now, we talk a little bit on the personal level. Everyone knows you here, and Brennan will talk about this as well, Shane. The GTHL connection, you know, when you're playing in the O or the A, the NHL. I mean, I know people at home complain that the players know each other and they want to see you guys kill each other. And being at the OHL Cup, I always see, you know, the OMHA and GTHL kids hanging out. I know it's sacrilege to be that way, friends and things like that, but, you know, what's the connection here? Are you texting each other? Are you working together in the summer? How does that work with your connection through just being friends?
Yeah, I usually just stay with the GTHL guys, to be honest with you. I mean, I've played with a lot of GTHL guys. I played with some in Flint and with some in Peterborough, so I kind of just stick with that crew and that group, and I've been pretty successful over the years. So we kind of want to keep the same routine, and when you're successful, so I hang out with the same guys every summer. You know, I play video games with the same guys, so kind of just stay in the same routine and just kind of hang out with the GTHL guys mostly.
Awesome. How about you, Shane?
Yeah, kind of the same thing. I think just hang out with those guys who I've played with in the past years and really kind of built those relationships with. Whichever team that might be. I think obviously all the Don Mills guys, still really close with, really good friends with all those guys, and had some teammates as well, in the OHL that played on that Don Mills team, and teams I've played in the past. So I think just kind of rekindling those relationships that you play with guys in the past, and you get to kind of see them later on in your careers and stuff is always cool as well. But yeah, kind of same with that. Just a lot of GTHL guys, a lot of the Don Mills guys for sure still hang out with.
Awesome. Guys, I want to thank you guys for coming out here. I hope you never get really good at golf because you'll be playing long playoff runs here. Appreciate the fact that you guys are taking that memory there. That Don Mills Flyers team is very special. And I appreciate the fact that you guys come here and not much has changed. You guys are just down to earth, and I think you both remember that I helped us get those OHL Gold Cup championship. Ryan, you were there too, that I led both teams after being on the ice with the practices. So I'm available if you need me. If it's one-on-one, I'm available as well. I can do some power skating. I'll work on that as well. But thank you for coming out, guys. I appreciate the fact that you guys are friends with me.
Thank you. Thank you.